Hey people, what's going on? Welcome back to the second episode of the night. I will review Frederic Malle fragrance today, second fragrance from this house. Big thanks to Dr. Jeffrey Bhai, who provided me with this box and bottle. And this is one of the more higher end niche fragrance and one of the classics, like one of the best, uh, like fragrance that you put in your museum. Like this one, it's like what is that term called? It's like one of those fragrances that you always think of it like one of the great fragrances ever. So let's talk about Portrait of a Lady. Okay, very beautiful red packaging, and these are very expensive. I think the retails on these are nearly 400 something dollars or $350 per 100 ml. So yeah, expensive stuff. So I think you can buy 50 ml also, but I'm not quite sure smaller bottles how much are they going for. So he bought the big bottle, really lovely packaging. This is the sleeve. It mentions Portrait of a Lady. It's by Dominique Ropion, and they put his picture, I think, at the back. And he's one of the master perfumers. So, oh yeah, this is called one of the Hall of Fame, like Fame, Hall of Fame fragrance. You know what I mean. So it has a lot of detailing. It's from Frederic Malle. So the side, some more information. I'm not gonna read out all that. It's made in France, and this is the box inside. So when you push, no, you push from up, and then it reveals the box. So I definitely took out the bottle first because I don't want to take chances with this kind of expensive presentation. And you just open it, the bottle will stay there in that coffin. Very nice presentation, okay? Kind of like good packaging, great packaging. The bottle here, it's like many of the other bottles in this line. I think I want to try Master of Azure. I think that is one fragrance I really, really want to try. So it has this nice little sticker. Um, it says the name of the fragrance, the perfumer, and the house. The cap will have some of the detailing. Bottom it will just mention the batch code. And this fragrance, the cap, I think it's yeah, it clicks onto place. You can pick it up, no problem. At the back it will say 3.4 ounces and stuff like that. Juice color is kind of like yellowish uh, in color, almost like a vetiver color. So this perfume is known in the community for being one of the best rose incense based fragrances. I did have clone of this perfume from, I think, France itself or Middle Eastern countries. They said this was a clone of that, but now I know that fragrance and this have nothing in common. This is a very much not everybody's cup of tea. First of all, I'm going to tell you this: this is not for everybody. Not because you cannot afford it, because of the smells, the notes in this, and it's very acquired taste. If you're not a fan of rose, you're not gonna like it. If you do not like smoky fragrances, you're not gonna like it. If you do not like something that has sandalwood in it, you're not gonna like it because all those three notes you can find in this. So this perfume I have written a review on Fragrantica. I praised it very highly. I gave it like a masterpiece, and I did say it smells like a churchy kind of incense, and it has this beautiful rose. I don't know what rose, damask rose or what rose they used here, but that layer by layer you can detect these notes one by one, and the sandalwood is really, really well done in this perfume. Those are the major three notes I got to my nose from this perfume. So back in the time when this was released, I think there was nothing like it quite, and they have this rose, sort of like also reminds you of kind of like oud, but doesn't have oud, I think. But they wanted to make something beautiful for unisex purpose, okay? But when you think of rose, think of like Declaration d'un Soir or something of Roses Greedy from Mancera. If you smell a lot of rose-based fragrances, like even Aramis Calligraphy Rose, you'll have some idea what to expect from rose. Rose is something you do not play around with. You either can pull it off or you cannot pull it off, okay? Some of the roses are like dark. They have this dark rose based fragrances, but not everybody can pull it off. So this fragrance, you don't want to put so much of it on you. This is beast mode. It's literally like all there. If you spray once here somewhere or on your neck or your clothing, it's gonna last the whole day. That's the beautiful property of it, longevity and projection. It's lovely. But here's the thing, the smell. How does it smell? I have it on my hand. The dry down is just lovely, and I don't want to spray so much because it does have a good sprayer. So let's just show you for sake of reviewing. I'm going to do one more shot, and these sprayers are really great. I just go a little bit, just a little bit. This is going to last you about 10 hours, okay? So when you spray it for the first time, that rose that hits you, it's pure rose water. It's like holy rose. You just gone inside the church, and then someone just sprinkles some rose water on you. And it's very nice, sort of like reminds me kind of like a potpourri, like you know those dry rose petals you just keep, and then sometimes you just have a kind of smoke coming out, and it's just giving some aroma in the whole house. Your house smells so nice. You have some wind chimes and some, you know, potpourri, or and it smells like smoke, you know, holy smoke. If you've seen the movie of Kate Winslet, it reminds me of all that. And it is not a gothic kind, you know. I'll show you some gothic kind. One of my favorite incense-based fragrances is Adigan Voltaire. This is him. This is a designer fragrance, but niche quality. It has a lot more daring, boldness to it. If you like those kind of daring, dark fragrances, definitely one of must try. And the fragrance, if you do like, it's not the same, of course, with this, but this is a tame version of Black to Black by Mancera. So now you have some idea. This is actually a nuclear fragrance. You can see the juice color, even more daring. That one has cloves, rose, oud. This one, I think they do not have the rose oud combo, but rather that the rose has some, I detect some citrus up top. It's like a bergamot citrus rose opening that is similar to black, but it doesn't have that pungent oud, the heavy oud that is gonna get you very choked like here. This one doesn't do that quite. If you really feel this is too much, just go on your chest or on your arm, away from your nose. Do not put under your ear, okay, if you feel choked by it. But that freshness of rose, it's gonna slowly turn into that smoke, incensey smoke. Very nice incense, guys. Very nice holy incense. And then followed by the sandalwood. Those are the major notes I got to my nose from my testing. The best thing about this perfume is, you know, like even though this has a lot of family fragrances nowadays that is similar to this, but the aroma of this just floats around all day. You stay somewhere, the sillage, the central, you just leave it there. You know, if you go inside a lift, it will be there for hours. So let's say I put it on my hand and I forgot about it. After 7 hours, 8 hours, I can still detect. I'm like, what is this aroma I can get? So this is the beauty of this fragrance. Very magical, but not for everybody. If you are in the game, I said it, you just got inside the game and you just playing with your Sauvage, Dylan Blue, Blood de Chanel, perhaps this will come off as like a little bit like weird. Okay, this will come off as like something you don't want to wear. But let it go like 2 years, 3 years down the lane, you will experience and test out a lot of type of fragrances. Then you actually want to get your hands on to sampling this kind of fragrances. Okay, so Portrait of a Lady is such a beautiful masterpiece, but definitely try before you buy. These are supremely expensive, but the quality is well worth it. I do not find any weakness or anything I dislike about it. Where I am in the journey, I would suggest this for people who love rose-based fragrances, incense, sandalwood. Simple as that. Okay, really nice. It doesn't have the jammy rose quite feel. It feels like a little bit of spices somewhere. It's like cumin or something. I don't know what that is. It feels like ginger or something spicy. So the rose is kind of spicy, so it's very nice too. So overall, this is a masterpiece. You guys know I cannot say anything less than 10. Definitely worth checking, and I would love to check out Masque of Azure. Heard a lot of good things about it. So that's the review, Portrait of a Lady by Dominique Ropion from Frederic Malle. I will be doing some more reviews and then I'll be done with this month's work. Take care, guys. Have a very nice day and nice weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.